Welcome to another All 22 Tuesday, a collaboration between FirstDown PlayBook and USA Football. I'm Keith Grabowski, Director of Football Operations at USA Football and host of the Coaching Coordinator podcast. We do a follow-up to this every Wednesday. Tomorrow will be our last one of 2019. We call that Trends Day, where we track on all the trends that we're seeing throughout the season. And as always, the guest hosts on this are Charlie Coiner, who is the CEO and founder of FirstDown PlayBook, former NFL coach. Charlie, great to be talking ball with you.
Hey, Keith, great to be here. A lot of good football this past championship weekend and also in the NFL. A lot of good ball this past weekend.
Absolutely. And then Zach Dunn, who is our content coordinator and an analyst at USA Football and responsible for putting a lot of this together. Zach, great to have you here again.
Yeah, Keith, can't wait.
This play here is from the SEC championship game, and we have a very unique concept here in the way that LSU runs this, where they're going to get number 6 pretty wide open here in the end zone. And a lot of this has to do with the backfield action and what the quarterback is looking at, but at the same time, the route that number 6 takes here to get into the end zone.
No doubt, Keith, and that's what jumped out at me, and I saw this on TV initially before I went in and studied a little bit, and I think I texted you this weekend. I looked at this play, and you've got bunch to the left. You've got a tight split really by number 1 to the right, and it smells, looks like crossing routes all the way, right? And you think you might get some man coverage down there. But as 6 started coming across, and I initially thought he might have went further than he did, he put his foot in the ground in Georgia game, obviously, and headed back to the corner and was pretty much wide open for a red zone play. And to me, it just jumped out as, you know, we've seen, and we're going to look at another play here with Ohio State that kind of ties into where you're taking the crossing routes, which we have been ad nauseum talking about this year, that so many people are running, but trying to get little, rubs and rub seams and things like that. And this is just simply sell the crossing route, in my opinion, put the right foot in the ground and just bolt to the corner. Might as well be, just a corner with a tight split. But the other thing that jumped out, and we'll see it here in the video, we've done multiple plays with LSU this year where Burroughs has just stared down that weak safety in a 3-by-1 set. Now, I don't think that had anything to do with anything here, but I will say this. LSU is doing a very good job of coaching him, and he's doing a very good job of executing where they are making things look the same. Because if you'll go back and look at some of the things we've talked about where they actually threw that little lazy dig in there behind, or right in front of 2 on the weak side, it looks exactly the same, except now Burrow snaps his head back over to number 6 in the back corner of the end zone. So let's take a look at it. So with the backfield action, and we've seen that a lot, to me, it jumped out at me. I think there's a little bit of Wake Forest bleeding over into everybody these days. Don't you, Keith? Where they're starting to get that little deal where the advantage is to walk up to that line of scrimmage and maybe sell a little more. Watch 13 on the edge down here at the bottom, how he kind of slows down.
Yeah, this long mesh point definitely helps the play.
I don't know what happens to the tackle here, but – and I can't remember.
To go.
Yeah, it must. Once again, I actually they're playing in Atlanta, Georgia. Is probably what happened to that tackle. Probably loud right there with in Atlanta.
Yeah, I think Charlie, a key to this one when you showed it to me was the way this guy releases and where he releases here. So, typically I think you'd see in a set like this, a guy who's going across would probably go over the top of that point to run a shallow crosser. But, they get the point man there, which allows number 2 to engage him and really give everybody on that side a run read. So now 20 works really because of the release this guy's taken is stressed right away to the inside, and 6 just gets that step he needs to get to the corner of the end zone. And I think just where he goes in this route is key, underneath the block there of number 2.
And remember, we did a play like this several weeks ago with LSU, the same thing too. It was a little bit different to where they handed the ball off and they wrapped this guy around. That's a good point, and I forgot about that. Remember, we did it, and that outside guy wrapped up in there and blocked, and they actually handed this ball off to 22, I think it is. But yeah,
You're
it's
seeing that a
interesting.
lot this season. Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting to see how hard it is on defense against these teams that execute well, and goes back to something I know, Keith, you and I have talked about. Regardless of what level of football you coach, you're going to do yourself a lot of favors if you're an offensive coach by standing behind the defense, looking at your offense and trying to see if everything looks the same. And in my opinion, and I obviously don't get to watch LSU every snap or anything like that, but I think they're doing a very good job of making things look the same.
All these plays you see here, you can find these and more over at FirstDown Playbook. Charlie, tell our viewers here where they can find all this.
Absolutely, Keith. Where they want to go is firstdownplaybook.com. And when they get there, they're going to see a button on that website that says trial for free. If you're a high school, college, or NFL coach right now, you can get you and your whole staff on for a 1-week free trial by just going into that button, tapping on it. And we've got a little demo, and we'll contact you about how to get 1 week free. We've got a lot of coaches doing that right now. And you want to get involved with this early because you can be on that type of plan all the way up to August 1st and not have to pay very much at all. So getting to be that time of year where, you guys need to start working on 2020, and just contact us at firstdownplaybook.com.